Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to jump into something pretty mind-blowing, a completely new kind of financial system. It's one that's designed to unlock massive amounts of capital from places we never even thought to look before. We're talking about a model that could really change the game when it comes to creating and accessing value. So let's dive in and see how it all works. All right, so let's just kick things off with a wild question. What if you could get a $10 million loan without putting up any of your own assets? No house, no stocks, nothing. Sounds impossible, right? Well, this isn't just some what-if scenario. It's the core idea behind the whole ecosystem we're exploring today. It completely rethinks what we mean by risk and collateral. Now, to really get just how different this new model is, we first have to take a quick look at the old rules of the game, the traditional system that we're all used to. So think about the old way, right? The borrower has to put up their own stuff, their house, their investments, as collateral. And if things go south, they are personally on the hook for it. This new model, it just flips that whole script. The collateral actually comes from a qualified third party, and the borrower gets something called non-recourse protection. What that means is your personal assets are completely shielded. It just fundamentally changes the entire risk equation. Okay, so you're probably asking, if the borrower isn't the one providing the collateral, where in the world is it coming from? And that question brings us right to the core innovation here, creating capital from totally new kinds of assets. Assets that until now have been considered locked up, illiquid, or just plain untouchable. So what are we talking about here? What kind of assets? Well, believe it or not, this new ecosystem can take something like the federal income tax refunds you're expecting over the next 3 years and turn them into verifiable collateral. It can do the same with legal judgments or even dormant financial instruments, things that have real value but are just sitting there on a balance sheet. It's all about turning these static claims into active, usable capital. And it doesn't just stop with financial claims. The system can also build a bridge between the physical and the digital worlds. Take goldbacks, for instance. Each digital unit, or token, is physically backed by a very specific, verifiable amount of gold, in this case, 1/1000th of an ounce, that's held securely in a high-security vault. This means you get the stability of a real-world physical asset, but with all the efficiency and speed of a digital one. Pretty cool. So how do you actually turn something abstract, like a legal claim, into a concrete financial asset? Well, it all happens through this really clever proprietary 4-phase process called credit mining. First, the claim gets digitized and verified on a blockchain. Second, a civil law notary authenticates it, which makes it legally enforceable. Third, it's tokenized, turning it into a structured digital instrument. And then finally, that token is used to create liquidity and act as collateral. It's this systematic, legally sound process that transforms an idea into a tangible, usable asset. Now, obviously, you can't build something this revolutionary without some seriously powerful and secure technology holding it all together. So let's take a look at the foundation that makes this whole system tick. At the very heart of all of this is something called tokenization. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like a digital vending machine. You don't put your actual credit card number into the machine, right? You just tap your card or your phone and it sends a secure, one-time token to complete the purchase. That's what tokenization does. It protects all the sensitive data while still letting assets be managed, traded, and verified with incredible security and efficiency. The whole platform is built kind of like a set of digital Legos with all these different components that just snap together. You've got an API for managing the tokenized assets themselves, another one that automatically handles all the regulatory compliance checks, and a third for creating smart contracts that execute all by themselves. Plus, because it's compatible with multiple blockchains, it's not locked into just one network. All these pieces fit together to create a system that's not just secure and automated, but also super flexible and ready for the future. All right, so with all this talk about new assets and blockchain technology, a huge question probably comes to mind. Is this all legit? Is it trustworthy? And that's where the system's really robust legal and regulatory foundation comes into play. This isn't the Wild West of finance. This thing is built for the big leagues. But it's not just about the tech. This quote here from Bidzeel Bey, who's a registry officer, really adds that human, authoritative element. It's a great reminder that behind all the complex code, there are real people and strict procedures dedicated to keeping everything secure, whether that's monitoring physical gold in a vault or overseeing digital transactions. See, this ecosystem is built on established pillars of trust. It's designed to work with the global legal system, not try to go around it. For instance, it uses UCC filings. That's the same legal tool used to secure a traditional car loan to make its claims legally enforceable. It follows the same global anti-money laundering and know your customer rules that any major bank has to. And it even uses a specific token standard that was built for regulated assets. Every single one of these pillars is there to make sure every transaction is secure, legitimate, and legally airtime. So when you step back and put all these pieces together, you've got the new types of assets, the cutting-edge technology, and that rock-solid legal framework. What you end up with isn't just a new product. You get an entirely new financial ecosystem. And listen, this is not just a concept on a whiteboard. We're talking real numbers here. The system already has over $269 million in assets under management. That number is a really powerful proof point that this model isn't just viable, it's scalable, and it's already attracting some serious capital. So, how do all the different players in this ecosystem work together? Well, think of it like a team. Justice Fund Exchange is the engine, deploying all that capital using the third-party collateral model. Secure Bank Box is like the high-tech vault, providing the super secure environment where all the digital assets are managed. Mint UCC is the bridge, connecting these new assets to the world of decentralized finance for things like lending and staking. And finally, Notary Chain is the immutable ledger, the blockchain that verifies everything and acts as a permanent, trustworthy record. Each one has a specific, vital role to play. And so we end up right back where we started, with another huge question. We've seen how this ecosystem can unlock real value from future tax refunds from legal claims and even from physical gold. We've seen it's built on secure technology and works with established legal frameworks. So the question it really leaves us with is this. Is this the future of finance? A future where any verifiable asset, no matter how unconventional it seems today, can be unlocked to create new capital and new opportunities? It's a pretty powerful thought to chew on.